Go Mustangs! The Coach Jackson Show, brought to you by Kim Assad, your real estate broker.
Hello, Mustang Nation. Matt Carnes, Grapevine Booster here, along with head coach Randy Jackson of your Grapevine Mustangs. And week 1 of district, game number 4. Coach, we moved to 4-0. Had a quick recovery from the off week. Tell us about the quick start and getting back for the middle part of the season here.
Well, we were, really just so thankful to get to play on Thursday. I know that's, there's pros and cons of that, but after an open day, it seems like it's been forever since you've gotten to play, especially because we were kind of on a roll, and we started fast, and we knew we were probably honestly going to outman them a little bit, just from numbers and experience and all, but you still, after an open day, hope you'll come out polished and disciplined and ready to go, and we did. I'm not sure I can remember one of teams I've been associated with have 41 points at the end of the first quarter, so I was real proud of our fast start. I thought our guys came out with great intensity and played well the first quarter.
Well, you could tell at the Breakfast of Champions that you and the players and everybody were itching to get on the field, and obviously came out strong and quick. It was a quick game, quick turnover, and a quick touchdown. A lot of scoring, like you said, 41 points in the first quarter. Talk about the first quarter and just how quickly y'all scored.
They fumbled the kickoff. Joey Nicholas jumped on that, and we just kind of went to work from there. I was really proud of just our execution. And sometimes it's easy when you feel like, hey, our opponent may not be, they might not be Abilene Cooper or Frisco Heritage, and sometimes you can play down to that level and maybe not be quite as focused. And I felt like we just did a great job on that. We gave up 3 first downs all night, and just the things that we're supposed to do, we got done, and really in the first quarter was just good football. I was really proud of just how Allen looked, the offensive line looked. We just executed on all 8 cylinders.
It was quick and efficient for sure, and had a chance to spread the ball around. Like we said, you had 11 receivers, got to catch the ball. You only gave up 3 first downs all night. Cade Rhodes got some reps at quarterback, so just talk about how important it is to get some of those young guys now.
Huge. Really huge for us to move some guys up. So I think we may have really 60 kids. I think it might be 62. I'm really not. But a lot of guys got to dress out and get some playing time on the varsity level, and it is just a little bit different. And Cade had a turnover, and I don't laugh a whole lot on Friday nights, but, it's one of those games where, hey, one day we'll laugh about this, kind of deal. And so just good experience for Cade and a lot of young guys, guys that, that got balls, and we try to be real intentional about making sure how many young guys that we moved up that we get a ball to them. And a lot of great, Braden Hudson is a JV Red guy, and he was our leading tackler on the kickoff. And so it kind of opened our eyes of, hey, this kid needs to be on our kickoff some, and so some guys got to do some things that really opened some coaches' eyes, and that's a good thing.
Well, there was a lot of highlights. Eric Brown had a big night. We'll look at one of his highlights now when he was able to break a long one here late in the second quarter, I believe.
Yeah, and that's a shallow route, and so that's a route that where he runs about a 2-yard route over the middle. And we tell our quarterback, if he's open, hit him. If not, go to the next level. And he was open. Allen made a good read, and it was probably the longest touchdown we had of the night. But Eric did a great job on it. Caught the ball, got upfield, and made a couple of guys miss. And the other receivers did a great job blocking for him.
Well, speaking of long plays, we didn't have a lot of long plays the other night, but all season long, the kicking game and the field position has been pretty good. Outside of the first drive of the season, whether you notice it or not, special teams is one of those areas you sometimes don't notice unless there's something that really goes bad or really good. But all year long, we've had really good field position, and this week we have no Carson French, but Zach Rice came in and did a good job, and frankly, did a really good job. You didn't really notice the field position issues or anything.
Yeah, I at some time in the game, I was kind of chuckling that he's probably the best receiver that we have. The kid, he's like just a Swiss Army knife. And Coach Alexander told me sometime this past weekend that he kicked the ball 20 times. 10. We had 9 PATs and a field goal, and then he kicked off 10 times. And so you think about a kid who's playing safety, and just for him to kick the ball 20 times, and he did a great job. And so yeah, he's just a good athlete, smart, and just gets things done for us. So just one of those guys that we count on a lot. But you're right, though, the kicking game has been something. Studies show it's like 22% of the game, and so it's a big deal. Field position, and Bowman does a great job punting. Pierce Pittman does a great job deep snapping. It's just been a total team effort. We gave up the one kickoff to Abilene Cooper, and it was called back. But other than that, I feel like our kicking units have been rock solid.
They've been good all year. Well, we'll find out more from Zach here shortly coming up. But you got Fort Worth Dunbar coming in. They're 0-4, but they seem like a very talented and, quite frankly, a big team. Got a lot of speed. Tell us what to expect upcoming Thursday night at MPS.
Yeah, one thing about us playing on Thursdays, we got to go watch them in person against Colleyville Heritage, and they played hard. We've got some film of them where they look pretty good, but against Colleyville Heritage, they looked really good. It was 17-15 at half, and they were into it. They dress out 25 players, so they're pretty thin, and Heritage kind of got them on depth at the end. But Dunbar is a dangerous team, and they're going to be playing to save their season. They're looking to get off the schneid, so to speak, and we've got a little history with them just since I've been here. 2014, they beat us over at Clark. It took 2 days to do it. A lightning thing got us, and they kind of made us like it, so to speak. I mean, it wasn't the most fun we've ever had. And then this past year, we got off to a fast start and really kind of had our way. So we have a lot of respect for them. We know what's coming. It'll be a physical game, and they are a lot of team speed. So the big key for us will limit the big plays. We need to try to make them matriculate down the field. We need to give up the not allow the big plays. They've got a kid named Nakia Cox who is a defensive back, quarterback, and I think he might be committed to TCU, honestly. We were talking about that, but he's a Division I kid, and he started the game at receiver last week. They moved him to quarterback, and maybe somewhere around the second quarter, and we all feel like they got better when they moved him to quarterback. So number 5 is the guy to watch. He's the guy that makes them go that we must stop.
Well, 0-4 teams love to beat 4-0 teams for sure, and we'll see what happens. So we'll see you Thursday morning at the Breakfast of Champions. Thursday night, 7 o'clock, September 29th at Mustang Panther. It'll be Mustang Panther Stadium. It'll be your Grapevine Mustangs against Fort Worth Dunbar, and we will see you there. Here in the Grapevine Mustang locker room with Zach Rice. Zach, big win over Poly this past week, and you got to fill a new role for the Mustangs this week. Did a little kicking. Tell us about being place kicker, field goal kicker, and point after attempt kicker.
Well, I hadn't really kicked since 7th grade. Really, it was the last time I actually kicked in an actual game. And all week in practice, I'd known I was going to be the kicker because Carson got hurt. He'd hurt his groin, so we'd had a couple guys try out and work it a little bit. And Coach Holder decided that I'd be our best option. And it was really nerve-wracking. Not gonna lie, I was more scared to kick than I was to play safety during that game. I don't know, it was just different and new, and I didn't want to mess up because Carson's a really good kicker, and I wanted to fill that role as best I could. But
well, you did a good job. The Mustangs have not had a field position issue all year except for the first drive of the season, and so you kept them in good field position and did a good job kicking. But let's go back to game 1 of the year. 3 big picks, big one at the end of the game to salvage the game there against Azle. Talk about those 3 picks in that game.
Well, I mean, at the time, it was, I don't think I noted, I realized how big of a game, I had, and also Eric. I don't think we really, realized how big of a game it was, but looking back and, watching the film and everything, they were important, not just mine, but Eric's too, and, they didn't come alone, it was because the D-line gotten in there, and the first couple ones America had, they were thrown kind of right at us, and they were down by their end zone, and it kind of stopped them and halted them. And we get to that last one, and I'd already been beaten on that route once, and I knew it was coming again. They were trying to win the game, and Nick Jordan looked over. Actually, Nick Jordan looked at me. He said, "Hey, they're running the same play. Don't let him catch it." And I just kind of said, "Okay, here we go." route came, and I just ended up with the ball, and it was a great feeling. Went over on the sideline, just everybody was all excited. It was a big old party. I couldn't tell you what happened on that sideline afterwards. I don't remember.
Well, it was a big one, kept us 4-0, so got 5-0 hopefully coming up this week against Fort Worth Dunbar. So go get them Thursday night.
Yes, sir.
Go Mustangs! The Coach Jackson Show, brought to you by Kim Assad, your real estate broker.